Hello, 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 hello. I was just like, oh, I need another one. So, recently, someone I know shared an article about Jacob the Rees-Mogg. And, it's just a little bit of an angle that is driving me crazy. And it was like, oh, hey, he's dangerous. He's far right. And I was like, oh, give me some of this tasty. Let's have a look. But I was a little bit disappointed. And I got into a bit of a tweet telling him exactly that, man. I felt like it was all tease and no orgasm. Well, that's not the words I used. I said blue balled, but that's what I meant. And I don't want to. And he came back because I said it was a bit one thing, and he came back saying it was talking from his perspective. And I was like, no, I'm criticising the article, not the person, not you who shared it. I'm criticising the article, and I think a lot of people go very quickly to forgetting that. You know, you can criticise an idea, a concept. It's nothing personal against that person. You know what I mean? I don't take shit personally. People say stuff to me. People like when I say good things about immigration, and then I get all this like spam of like, oh, why don't you let them all live at your house and rape your kids and all that? And I'm like, okay, I don't say that personally. I know it's just bullshit. It's just their fucking how they're expressing themselves anyway. But it's been bugging me for ages. It's been like playing in my thoughts. So I thought there's no excuse. I've got to do a video. And I'd love to hear what you think because I need to explain myself. I don't like racism. I don't like sexism. I want equality. But when I say I want equality, I mean everyone. Don't judge anyone. Don't judge the value of anyone's opinion because of the colour of the skin, you know? You can discuss someone's experience and all that stuff, but if somebody's putting something out there, then, oh, what would you know, Blackie? Or, oh yeah, white. I see that a lot, man. I see people replying. They'll reply to something just with white. Look what white he said. And I'm like, what? That's going backwards. Anyway, this is from Jacobin, which won't surprise you. It's a socialist magazine. Bless the little faces. They keep telling us, don't they? They keep telling us, it'll be different this time. I know there's all those millions and millions of people who were tortured and killed and everything under it, but it's going to be different this time. And here's the proof. Dawn Foster is once again behind the facade of this bumbling upper middle class twit. I don't agree with his politics, but I wouldn't say that he puts himself across as a twit at all. He speaks let's get into that. All right. Well, if that's what you're going to put on him, context, whatever, that's your opinion. Let's see how you've justified that opinion. Britain's far-right Tribune is playing a canny long game. There's a lot to be said about Moggy there. Look at his little fucking face. There's a lot to be said about him. I'm not sure about far right. Far right is going into fascism. He's going into sort of like, and if anything, he speaks out for smaller government. Which is probably the only thing he says that I agree with him on. His goal: injecting far right ideas into the mainstream. All right, you've got me. I'm interested. Calling me intrigued. Explain to me how his goal is injecting far-right ideas into the mainstream. And this is just no confidence, yep. Yeah, and all the rest of it, he was right there straight away. What purpose does Jacob Rees-Mogg serve? The 49-year-old Member of Parliament, a former hedge fund manager. I thought he still did all that. Or he still's got his thing there anyway. Worth over 100 million, was once a relatively low-profile figure on the Conservative benches. Okay, that's all fine. Finally elected in 2010 after several failed attempts. Blah blah blah. Yeah, man. But here's the thing: you don't win anything before you've lost a bunch of times. That's. And I know there's the kind of tone there of like finally elected, but it's like, well, isn't that the whole point, man? Anything that's worth having involves a lot of failure. It's the whole point. But anyway, whatever. It's just weird, isn't it? It's weird when it's the people you like, and I'm saying this as a lefty, I'm on the left. But when it's people you like, you portray the exact same thing You know, like if it was someone you were a fan of, you'd like finally, after being beaten down, after not making it, they finally got there. But when it's Rees-Mogg, it's like finally after several failed. You know, it's like, all right. Exact same thing, painted a different way. Rees-Mogg symbolised the Conservative Party that remained out of touch with the masses. 17 point whatever million people voted to leave, and he's currently on their side, so I'm not sure if that's entirely accurate at this point. Bless your little faces. He's actually in the majority right now, and I say that as someone who's on the left who voted Remain. I voted to stay in, but so let's, you know, this is the thing: if you're going to criticise someone, fire the arrow straight. Do you know what I mean? There's plenty to criticise Moggy on. I'm going to get on that in a minute. An image of the party was desperate to throw off. By Rees-Mogg's own admission, merely opening his mouth lost in votes. Yeah, he does sound very, very posh, doesn't he? And very, all the rest of it. And there's a lot of connotations to the way he sounds. But again, we shouldn't really judge people on that. What are the words he's saying? What is he? I don't... You know, someone comes up to me speaking patois or whatever, I'm not going to judge them on that. Someone comes up to me talking like proper talking the way I do. Here's the thing, man. I've had people judge me so many times because of my accent. They've not engaged with any ideas. They've engaged with the words I'm using, with the dialect, with the turns of phrases. They've not engaged in any way with any points I've been making. It happens constantly to me. And it's happened from people like Moggy as well. You know, I remember chatting to, if I could remember his name, I wouldn't say it anyway. Ex-Tory minister, I was talking to him and he was treating me exactly like this. And it felt fucking awful. But that doesn't mean it's right to do it the other way round. That doesn't make it right. That's not justice. That's like, you know, we keep talking about social justice. It's not justice of any kind. It's just revenge. And that's not cool. Let's be cool, guys. Come on. Generations of extreme wealth and privilege are symbolically bound up in the accent he remains proud of. Well, not necessarily, man. I know a lot of poor people, very poor people, that talk exactly like Rees-Mogg. But yeah, you're right. There is a connotation and there is an association. But most voters find such elitism a turn-off. They do. So maybe... But here's the thing, that's how we got Donald Trump. The elitism, not just Moggy's elitism. That's how we got Brexit. Elitism. It's just like, just fucking hell. Anyway, let's not worry about all that big thing. Campaigning in Scotland in a safe Labour seat in 1997, he attracted ridicule in working class general fight for bringing along his nanny at the age of 26 and arriving in a Mercedes. Okay, right. Here's where the article gets into things that I'm not comfortable with. That it's like, okay, so he brought his nanny along. So what? That's how he chooses to live his life. That's how he does it. He's got a Mercedes as well, yeah. People mocked him for it, but he carried on. This is the thing, man. Like, okay, this is, you're just establishing that he's rich now. This whole thing is just he's rich. Shortly afterwards, he said of Northern working class Deputy Prime Minister John Praxton, accent certainly stereotypes as an oaf. Yeah, I'm going to need some context on that. We're gonna have to see because I don't appreciate it. Where's that? So that link, if you have a look at that link there, this is it the first link out we got? That link is to Wikipedia. Now I'm not gonna piss about finding it, but where's the quote then? If he said this, right? Because what they've done here, they've got this entire thing here talking about him. He's rich, he's posh, all the rest of it. Fine, that's great. You know, do that. But that's not in of itself a crime. You know, as I said in the tweet, there's plenty of rich, like posh speaking people who are absolutely awesome. Stephen Fry is the best example of that. So here's the first hyperlink out, and it is John Prescott's Wikipedia. So how does that help me then? How does that help me? Where's the actual thing? Link me to a YouTube video. Link me to the actual quote of him saying John Prescott's accent certainly stereotypes him as an oaf. This could have been a conversation about accents. This could have been a conversation about how people are misunderstood because of their accents. He could have been giving an example with John Prescott sat right there laughing and agreeing and saying, yeah, it's ridiculous to treat people all this way. You're removing context, you fucking, what's her name? Dawn, you're removing context here and you're hyperlinking out to make it seem like it's something. Hyperlink to the actual thing that you've taken this from, please. Because without context, you just look like an arsehole. You just look like a bigoted, prejudiced arsehole. What's the context? Like, this sort of guilt by association, it's not good enough anymore. It's not. I'm not going to accept it. I'm not going to fucking deal with it. Even for the people that I dislike. Even for the people whose politics I don't agree with. Treat me and everyone else with a bit of fucking respect. If you're going to quote something, give me the fucking context. The appropriate context. Not all this other stuff. Rees-Mogg's background is comically elitist. The son of a former... He can't help who his daddy is. He attended a private boarding... Again, yes, he did. So did Monty Python. They're fucking amazing. It doesn't matter. It's not enough. He's rich. He's well educated. Bummer. What is he going to do about that? Just... Rees-Mogg the younger is fully aware of the class privilege he exudes. Indeed, he emphasises and plays up to it, opting for I'm not even going to say that. I'm too annoyed to put. Opting for posh-seeming outfits. His Instagram account, there's our second hyperlink, and that is actually his Instagram account. It's stuffed with photographs of himself in double-breasted outfits. And there he is. Look at him, the posh bastard. He's got his Jesus cross. And to be honest, this just looks like any other politician, really, doesn't it? It's not that bad. I mean, let's be fair. And there he is with another, posh talking. Although I think he's got a working class background, but he's educated himself, hasn't he? But like, what's the difference? And everyone loves Jon Snow, don't they? But this is the thing, though. Okay, so he's posh and he's rich. Let's get back to it. Second hyperlink of the article. Stuff with photographs of himself in double plex today. His young children dancing in union on a union drag. He does not have a flag in his home, does he? The outrageous thing. Here's the thing, right? So far what we've got the fact that he's rich, he talks posh, he dresses posh. None of this is enough. You're talking about these things, you can't, he was obviously born rich, there's nothing he can do about that. I don't know how he's lived his life, I don't know how hard he's worked or whatever. How he dresses and the colour of his skin and the way he sounds when he speaks, to me, aren't arguments. They are in of themselves sexist, racist, bigoted positions to take. Fair enough, you're giving me context. Fair enough. But you started out by saying that he's injecting far-right ideas into it, and none of this is enough so far. Pretty much every word of this could have been given to describing Stephen Fry. Almost all of this, you could have adjusted it ever so slightly. And you could write exactly the same thing with the exact same context. I'm not happy about this. It's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. Here we go. Antiquated and obscure vocabulary. Right, okay, we're talking about how people speak now, deliberately ofuscating meetings in an attempt to appear more intelligent than his opponent. Again, you're putting that on there. Where's his ideas? Where is these far right ideas? Not just the way he's saying them. Where the fuck are they? What could such a relic then bring to the Conservative Party? Like, well, shouldn't everyone be represented? I mean, I would argue, and you'd argue correctly, although it's not doing that here, that, people from Eton, people from sort of private schools are overrepresented in government. Yeah, you could very well argue that. Give me the stats and all the rest of it. Do it. Go for that. But they have to be represented as well. Of course they do. They do. Sorry about that. It's not all people that talk like me. It's not all people that dress like me. It's not all people that come from a background like me. So I come from one of the most economically deprived areas in Europe. But that doesn't mean I want only people that look, sort, talk and sound like me in Parliament. I want everyone represented. And if they're not going to be, then give me a fucking good reason why they're not. Like Boris Johnson, Rees-Mogg is aware of the furlock-tugging tendency of many British voters to defer to their social superiors. No, man. What the fuck are you talking about? Don't disrespect me in this sort of bull. I mean, maybe, what the fuck are you talking about, man? Have some respect for people. Have some respect for people in terms of them being able to deal. If you're gonna, you're saying that people are just feel they just defer to their superiors because they're submissive and all that. But then the entire thing so far has been context. Give me the ideas. Many bridal accents and behaviours at the likes of Johnson and Rees-Mogg. Yeah, they do and they don't. I mean, many people don't get voted in for exactly that. Many people are hated for exactly that and mocked and all the rest of it. But many more still perceive them as intelligent and well-educated men. Well, they are. They are well-educated men. You can't argue with that. They are. They are well-educated. You can have a well-educated fool. Of course you can, but you can't debate the fact that they are well educated, blatantly, obviously. Let's just check it's still recording. Yeah, it is. Cool. Owen Jones, well educated fool for you, right there. I would say in terms of Mogg and Johnson, they're both intelligent as well. You could argue, you can disagree with their politics, but that doesn't make them stupid. They are certainly intelligent people. They wouldn't be where they were if they weren't. So I think perceiving them as intelligent and well-educated is a completely reasonable thing to do. Oh, sorry, by virtue of their educational history. Well, what? Going off someone's educational history tends to be a good place to start in terms of their whether or not they're well-educated. Jesus Christ. We're getting this postmodern as we can here, aren't we, with class and appearance. But no, there's plenty of upper class people who are just total fucking idiots, and we've known that forever. Remember the old Harry Enfield thing, you know, nice but dim and all that stuff, man. It's been a common thing and we all fucking know it. Just because we're from the gutter, it doesn't mean we just assume everyone up there is amazing. And we've got that thing as well, because we are, I'm not even going to fucking go there, I can't be asked. Both have been touted as possible leaders of the Conservative Party if Theresa May is ousted, yeah, because they're popular. They're obviously in the intermediate aftermath of Brexit withdrawal, but neither man expects to become Prime Minister or Conservative leader. Their roles are different. Both work to launder messages and perspectives from the far right, pulling them into the mainstream of Conservative thinking. Here we go. This is the title. We're finally getting there, guys. Far right in ideas, and then a load of shit about the way he dresses, the way he looks. It's just a load of sexist, weird, bigoted crap. But we finally get in there. And it's not just Moggy. It's Boris too. Johnson, for example. Oh, Jesus Christ. Jacob Rees-Mogg. That's who we're talking about, aren't we? Are we just drifting? He was heavily criticised for his dog whistle comments. They've linked to it here. No, they've not! They've linked to a BBC News article criticising it. Why don't you link to the article, hey? Why don't you link to the article where Boris Johnson was saying that he was saying that letterboxes, yeah, he was saying they look like letterboxes to me, but he was defending their right to wear it, just like we should defend his right to say that. We should. If you don't defend the rights of people who offend you, then you're not fucking worth... Oh, God. Free speech isn't defending the rights of people that agree with you. That's just a fucking circle jerk. But anyway, so here we go. We've got guilt by association here. So we've got the way he looks, the way he talks, guilt by association, because a politician was criticised for an article that was very, very intelligent, actually. If we're going to go back to the intelligence thing, I mean, what Boris Johnson did with that letterbox article, that letterbox comment, because he was defending people's rights to wear niqabs, although it was the burqa, actually, if my memory serves me. Let's check that out, actually. Let's check that out. Because as you know, or if you don't know, a niqab is just like a head covering. A burqa is where it is just a fucking letterbox. But here we go. Wearing burqas. So there we go. Dawn. Why, Dawn, have you changed it to niqab? Very different meaning. Niqab is almost what I'm wearing right now. I'm covering my hair. I always cover my hair. Even before I was balding, I always did. It was just a thing. I hit like 18. I was like, I'm going to wear a hat forever, and that was my thing. So you've changed it there, haven't you? You've not linked to the actual article, and you've changed burqa to niqab. Very, very different meaning there. Very, very different meaning. But the interesting thing about that article was, you know, the burqa, if a woman is completely covered but for everything but her eyes, that is used by a lot of people as an absolute symbol of patriarchal oppression. It is covering women. It is hiding them away for fear of shame. I've recently been involved with the police, and I can't go into the details for it, because a burqa has been used as a tool of abuse for someone who's lived in this country for 20 years now. And I can't talk about it, but I'm fighting for her rights not to wear one, because even though she's free not to in this country, that doesn't mean that, you know, she doesn't have family relatives back home who aren't being fucking. Oh, I can't go into the details one way or the other, man, but it is an instrument of oppression. It is. But the brilliant thing about that Boris Johnson article was he had everyone on the left defending an instrument of oppression. You know, oh, well, my mate wears it by choice. Great, wonderful. But you don't know that. You don't know that for an absolute fact, because some people wear it because if they don't, even though they themselves are free to, if a photo gets leaked online of them wearing it, their family back home are fucked. Fucked. They lose their jobs, they get beat up, they're just out of the town that they live in. So it's not always a choice, and we need to be able to and it's literally like hide everything. So everyone on the left's defending this tool of this symbol of, which is just hilarious. I mean, it's the same when I wear a tie, man. You know, that's like, that's the side of me just giving in and fucking, that's a little slave. But if I choose to wear it, I'm allowed to. And then you had people like me that are more centre left, that are sort of more interested in free speech, defending Boris Johnson. Defending the fact that he's saying offensive things about a minority, because he should be allowed to. If you can't defend the people you don't agree with, then your defence isn't worth considering, my friend. It really isn't. It's not worth the paper it's printed on. So anyway, back to Rees-Mogg. Injecting far-right messages into we've still not got there yet. It's all context. We've got guilt by association. Rees-Mogg has led the right of the party since the EU referendum to fight for a hard Brexit and against any special terms on the Irish border. Yeah, he's going there. I mean, in terms of the deal we've got right now, yeah, but the deal we've got right now isn't Brexit. People on the left and the right voted for Brexit. And at the moment, the only deal or the only situation that's even close to an actual Brexit is a hard Brexit. So it's a complicated situation, you know, just painting it as far right is a bit ridiculous. The deal on the table right now is staying in the EU in all but name. I mean, let's be honest about it. We got to be honest about these things if we're going to discuss it. And in terms of the Irish border, he said just leave it open. He's been quite open about that. And I agree, that's the only way, isn't it? No matter what happens, you know, we don't put checks there. He was criticised for speaking at the annual dinner of the far-right Traditional Britain group in 2013. Here we go! We finally have a little taster of a meat, a little bit more tease, something, anything. But again, Dawn, this is the second time that you said he was criticised. The first time, you didn't even. It was guilt by association. You completely misrepresented the situation. So I'm guessing you're misrepresenting this one too. In fact, I know you're misrepresenting this one too, because he spoke about this. You know, so we went. He confirmed the dinner. It wasn't until after he confirmed it he realised he was wrong, and he went to it anyway because he didn't want to let him down. And here's the thing, man: if anyone anyone in this country that's going to speak to people who I dislike, then surely that should be politicians. That's their job. That's literally what you want them to do. The only way we got the Good Friday Agreement was by sitting down with people who murdered people. That's the only way you do it. The only way we get peace anywhere is by sitting down with the only way that these things can. So, what? Okay, so he was criticised. Fair enough. Every politician is criticised for everything they do. But why? What did he do? What did he say? It's an organisation with links to France's National Front. It doesn't matter, though. That doesn't matter. He's supposed to fucking talk to these people. I want him to talk to these people. I want our politicians to sit around with everything, because people aren't talking. They start using these instead, and they start hitting each other. At least I want them to fucking talk to people. Jesus fucking Christ, this isn't enough. What did he say to them? Challenged on his decision to attend, he told Rees-Mogg told reporters that while he was fully aware of the group's views, he did not agree with them himself. Okay, so what's up then? Yet his attendance is a tactic decision to support the group by legitimising their events with his... Oh, Jesus Christ, this whole fucking argument of legitimising things. Look, you can't legitimise or delegitimising things by pretending they're not there, by ignoring them, by deplatforming them. They still exist. And in fact, if you do deplatform, if you do ignore and all that, they don't just exist. They solidify, they fester, they grow. They see themselves as oppressed. They see themselves as a minority. Jesus fucking Christ. We need to talk to these people. Anyway, we nearly got there with a point then anyway, didn't we? He went to a dinner that people weren't happy about in 2013. Case closed. Far right. Basically a Nazi. Class. Oh, we're getting back to that, are we? Class allows both Rees-Mogg and Johnson to propose outlandish right-wing ideas with far less repercussion. Okay, tell me what they are, though. For fuck's sake, tell me what they are, Dawn. It's all tease, it's all intro, it's all context. What are the ideas? With far less fear of repercussion. You've already said that he's been humiliated. The first paragraph. He said he can't go anywhere without being humiliated because of the way he talks and looks. So make up your mind. Either the way he talks is a point of humiliation, or it's a sneaky way of getting all these dirty ideas into the public. By playing it into stereotypes of the bumbling but erudite elite gentleman, they provide a necessary psychological distance between the ideas and the man beneath them. Yes, what are the ideas? Provide me some examples, please. If he is a fascist, a Nazi, a white supremacist, then give me one example, please. Just one. Something for me to work with. Please, Dawn. Because this is just fucking playground gossip so far. When they go too far, they're merely dismissed as acting eccentricity. Examples, please. If others agree with them, the far-right thinking is whitewashed as mere upper-class fun. Example, please. Packaging it in a far more palatable clothing. The messaging of Rees-Mogg rarely differs from that of former UKIP leader Nigel Farage. Examples, please, because so far, the only thing that's even close there in terms of what's given to me is they both want to leave Europe, which isn't in of itself far right. Look at their last election that Labour lost. They did lose, by the way. Remember, look at the next election that Labour are going to lose. And Corbyn knows that. That's why he won't go either way on Brexit. That's why he won't put his money where his mouth is, because he knows there's a buttload of Labour voters that also want to leave. Leaving Europe isn't far right in of itself. It's not. We can't do that. But they speak to different people. Farage playing into the man of the people charade, and Rees-Mogg remaining aloof, playing a caricature of an English toff and insisting political stances are the result of both serious intellectual endeavour and straightforward common sense. Examples, please. Where's the hyperlinks? Where's these? Just break one of these points down with an example. Just one. Please back up any of this, because this is all very serious sounding. This is a gorgeous, wonderful intro. It is. All this is laying some hardcore context, man. At first glance, Rees-Mogg appears to be little more than a complex joke. That's your opinion. That's certainly not fact. That's just how you see him. Some people respect him. To me, I'm just one way to. I don't care. Peel away the layers. Yes, please do. And it becomes clear he has no plans to become Conservative leader. He's said that many times himself. Who would want to when party and country in such disarray? Yeah, nobody wants to right now. Nobody wants to. It's a cursed chalice. Corbyn doesn't want to be leader. Nobody wants to get us through the actual Brexit. They want to come in after Brexit and save the country. That's what they all want to do. Rees-Mogg probably included in that. Instead, he's playing a far longer game. That evil bastard. As the far right, traditionally found in fringe groups like the BNP and the English Defence League and the recently formed Football Lads Alliance, all these evil thugs. As they gain ground in the UK, Rees-Mogg and his fellow travellers fellow travellers? Is that a pikey reference? Are working within the Conservative. He's a posh pikey now. What? Maybe this is an American thing and they've got a different meaning of that or something, I don't know. Are working within the Conservative Party to steer it further to the right, undoing David Cameron's long appeal to the centre. For Rees-Mogg, politics remains a low-stakes affair. That could very well be true. He has nothing to lose and a huge amount of cash to support him should he retire early. That makes him all the more dangerous. How? That is seriously the end of the fucking article, you scummy fucking arsehole. Dawn Foster writes for she writes for The Guardian too. How does this not surprise me in any way? That there is the end of your intro, Dawn. That is the end of the start of your article, Dawn. You absolute tool. What is this? The BNP, the EDL, the FLA? Oh, it's scary that he's... So you're telling me that he's associated with him? Give me one example of his policies. How has he voted that associates him with these people in a meaningful way? Because he probably likes cup of tea, but so do I, and so does Stephen Fry. Jesus fucking Christ. Is this what counts now? This is a really long-winded way of saying he's a rich white toff. Look at the way he dresses. Look at the way he talks. Apply that to anyone. Oh, you can't trust them. Look at the way they dress. Look at their mother and father, hey? You fucking scumbag, Dawn. This is a disgusting piece of shit article. There's so much you could say about Rees-Mogg. What does he think? What's his opinion? You know, where's he coming from? Really, where's he coming from politically? The guy's not a fan of gay marriage. Why not? Because of his religious beliefs. He's a Catholic. All right. Does he draw a line between that in terms of religious freedom? Does he vote in terms of that? Does he vote in terms of what his constituency want? Break it down for me. Do something, anything, to justify in any way that absolute tripe, that bigoted mess of a slur. That's all it was. And here's the thing, right, Dawn? You and your friends are all going to read this and go, yes, fuck those far-right people. All you're doing is strengthening them. That's all you're doing. Because if you don't give us points, if you don't give us reasons, if you don't give us any examples whatsoever, if you don't respect us in any way whatsoever to just give one example, one concrete example that says that he is a Nazi, this is the same bullshit that Owen Jones do. You just spray loads of shit on the fucking page. BNP, EDL, that Boris Johnson as well. But what? How is he connected? How does he share the views? How? If you don't tell me how, just do better, okay? And if you're going to make me believe that socialism is going to be different this time, then don't put shite like this out there. Because this is the same stuff that leads to witch hunts. This is the same bullshit that leads to the fucking gulag. Fucking idiots. Anyway, I'll see you in a bit. Thanks. Thanks for making me defend Jacob Rees-Mogg, you fucking arseholes. You absolute arseholes. Thank you for that. You absolute tools. Anyway, go on triggerwarning.tv, hit donate. Throw me some money so I don't have to get a real job!